I want to show you something amazing today. Something that I have named Simon's Amazing Studio. Look at that. So, I want to explain what I've done here. I've been so busy lately, I've been doing all kinds of stuff, but mainly live streaming. Live streaming is something I've got into massively. And I want to introduce you in a while to something really cool. I'm going to show this to you. Don't go anywhere because this is amazing. This is unique, it's crazy. But I want to show you something else that I think is pretty crazy, and that is what I've built here. And this is my live streaming flight case. So I'm going to explain what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But first, let me tell you about what I'm doing here today. I've got a Sony Z150, which is the main camera there. As our second camera, we have got, just here, hello, we've got a Sony Z90. And the Z90 is the reverse angle, so you can see what I've done. So I'm just going to cut to that camera. Woo, look at that, lovely clean fade there. And I'm going to tell you about what we've got here, which is the flight case I've just built. It's not finished, there are holes still, and I've got to just finish putting it together. But this is really cool, and if you've used any Blackmagic kit before, I'm going to explain this, which is really important, in a minute. So, what we have here is a live switcher, which can take up to 8 channels. I'm just using SDI channels, so I'm using 5, 6, 7, 8, just these channels here, these 4 channels. And on the back of the flight case I've got BNC connectors, so I can just plug cables in. I have also got this, which is the Blackmagic HyperDeck Studio, and this is actually recording what you're going to be watching back in a minute on YouTube. I'm assuming you're watching on YouTube. But this is sort of recording, so I'm not editing this afterwards. This is just going to be a live sort of a live mix of this. And as you see, cut, whoop, back to the other camera and whoop, back there. So let me tell you a bit about this. This is the Television Studio HD. This is such a cool piece of kit. This is not even a full rack wide, and it's very shallow. And this enables us to mix multiple camera sources. So if you haven't done this before, I'm going to explain how and why you might want to do this. So if you're doing a live event, you have a number of cameras, what you want to be able to do is just choose between your camera angles, swap between camera angles, of course. And that's what this gives you the ability to do. It also enables you to play with audio. So at the moment, we're recording audio off of one camera only, that camera. But if I go back to our other camera angle, what you'll hear is the audio from camera 1, which is, I think that's pretty cool actually. So if you want to use multiple microphones, you can put a mixer onto one camera, and it's good to use the same types of camera. Otherwise, I've noticed you do get delays. Anyway, I'm going into too much detail here. What I want to show you is what I've done here and what I'm up to at the moment, and then I'm going to come back with a proper video later. All of this is new kit. This is something I've been very busy with recently, and let me tell you a bit about that. So first of all, the keys to this is this. This is the lovely LiveU Solo. This is such a cool piece of kit. What this is a video encoder which streams video to the internet, and this streams to most popular destinations like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope. There's a whole list of them. You can look that up online. But this is such a reliable piece of kit. I absolutely love this. The other cool thing about this is if you're outside, you can use bonded modems. So you can use these little USB memory sticks, and you can use 2 of those at the same time, and then you can use 2 other devices. So you can have a total of 4 different bonds. And what that enables you to do is share the data, share the bandwidth. If you're in an area which has got slow 4G, this will enable you to get your data up by 4 different methods. So in the office here, which is actually really terribly slow internet, that could be plugged into the Ethernet port, or it could connect via Wi-Fi, or I could have 2 4G stick modems, or I could have a 4G stick modem and the Ethernet. You get the idea, you can mix and match it. I use, when I'm out, 2 4G stick modems, a Ethernet 4G modem and a Wi-Fi 4G modem, so that's 4 4G channels. I did a job recently though which needed something a bit different, and that's what I want to show you in just a minute. But I want to tell you about this case as well, because this is really groovy. I've been using the Z150 and the Z90 for a while, and I've just absolutely fallen for these cameras. I think they're absolutely brilliant. The Z90 especially, the focus is super fast, it's got so much infrared, slow motion. I've done other videos about this and I've told you all about the Z90 and what I like about it. The Z150, the big camera here, what I really like about this is the runtime. It's like 6.5 hours battery life off of the Sony MPF 970, that's the extended life battery, and it is just absolutely immense. I think that is brilliant that we can record so long off of a camera. You can just almost sort of, plug it in, forget it. Not that you would, but you could. It just runs for so long. Anyway, So I've been doing, so last weekend, weekend before, for example, local music festival, which I went and live streamed for them. And we used a couple of cameras, which were the 150 and the Z90. They were both doing totally different things. One was streaming the live stage, the main stage, with all the singers and the acts. And then when they finished, they'd walk around to this little bar that we built in an area which overlooks a lake. And then we cut to the Z90, and the Z90 was then live streaming. And we were live streaming interviews of these artists, these singers, and there were some lovely guys and some really crazy guys there as well. So we had great fun doing that. But in the area that we were live streaming, I was using the Solo, but I didn't have any wired internet, I didn't have any Wi-Fi network, and there was a very, very slim 3G mobile phone signal, but as soon as people started to turn up, that completely went. So I had to turn to something else, and this is something that I'm doing a lot of at the moment, and I want to show it to you. It is, I suppose, an accessory for a Z90, so let's go outside and let's have a look at that. Okay, I was going to try and do something a bit Back to the Futurist with the smoke machine then, with, you know, smoke coming out, garage door open, but I didn't. But this is it. This is what I've been up to recently, and this is a Mini. If you didn't know, it's a car, it's a Mini, but what I've got on top of the car there, that's what's really important, and that is a satellite system. Let's go and have a look at that. So this is it, this is what's inside, and this is something I've been looking to do for a while. What this is a full satellite internet vehicle. This car gives me the opportunity to get internet where there isn't any internet. So if I'm in an area where I'd like to use 4G SIM cards, but there's no 4G signal, this will do it. So this is the control panel, and what we've got here is a absolutely huge battery which runs it. It doesn't use the car battery, it's got its own power system. We've got the modem, we've got the auto pointer, we've got a router here, and we've got some other power outputs. But let's just plug it all on and let's just see what it does. Let's turn that on. So the first thing we want to do is we want to find the satellite. This is a really clever system because the dish is automatic, so once we press the button, the dish will raise and do its business. Now, I warn you, it's not going to find the satellite here. Where we are, we're sort of right down in a dip, and I know where the satellite is, and it's just behind all those trees. So, once the car's locked on and got the satellite signal, it's pretty straightforward. The router panel that you saw in the back has got all the connections, Cat5 connections. So all you need to do is just plug in a router or a LiveU or any other streaming solution that you want, and that's it. It's as simple as that. You get internet access straight away, anywhere in Europe, apart from my driveway because we can't see the satellite. This was a very brief update, and I'm going to show you how that works in a lot more detail, but I just wanted to let you know what I've been up to the last, I don't know how long, last few weeks. Anyway, if you enjoyed this and want to know more about what I get up to, then please click the subscribe button, like, do all that sort of stuff, and I'll start making more videos for you. Thank you very much for watching.